Well, should be a spicy Wednesday. Awfully spicy. It's going to be interesting. Hello, friends. Welcome. Hey, how are you? Coach, I saw your gift, by the way. And thank you, friend. I will be sure to not let it go to waste. It's going to be interesting. So, lady, thank you for the 9 months. It's a Twitch baby. Appreciate you, friend. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, dude. Duchess, welcome back. Hello, friend. Thank you for the 14 months. Hey, hi, hello, Elizabeth. Thank you for the 9 months. How many Twitch babies are going to be today? Listen. I can't afford the child support. I'm sorry. So excited for this. You know what? I'm glad you are. I've got some friends that are really excited for it too. How am I feeling? I'm feeling better. I was dealing with the first day, like each day has been a hurdle, like a different one though. Like each day has been something different. So like the first day was like migraine, second day, just body achy, everything tired. And but at the same time, like my stomach has been hurting me like crazy over the past like 2 days. So that's been getting better and better. So it's slowly getting better. Yeah. God damn it, fate. That's how the hype train starts. Son of bitch. We are playing Dead by Daylight today. Yeah. Nails. Hello, friend. It's so good to see you. Oh my. These crazy beans. Look, you guys had the opportunity to pick any game you wanted. Anything. Any game you wanted outside of the box. Anything. You could have picked Disney Dreamlight Valley. Oh my God, there's so much happening. Gamer Wolf. Dude, thank you for the subs. Hi, friend. There's so much happening right now. I saw Fate's comment. We got what we wanted. I know. Do you know? I don't know. Some of you might have seen the photo. Do you guys know how many hours I have in this game? I've played it. I have played it a couple times. I have. I played it with Coach. Niffler Joe, thank you for the 9 months. Oh my God. Mom of Ducky, thank you for the Prime. Coach finally gets her Prime. No, I've played with Coach. That was the promise. Yeah. Mon, welcome in. Gold. Hope you're having a good one. Insomniac, thank you for the 17 months. Glad you're feeling better. Yeah, thank you, friend. I appreciate it. Yeah, feeling a lot better. Still feeling it. Still, it's still there. It exists for sure. Yeah. So excited for you to... My poor teammates. That was my motto for the day. What did I say the motto of the day was? I put it in the Discord announcement. Best of luck to my teammates, and you're very welcome, survivors. That's my motto for the day. Want to play more with Flat? Yeah, I know. Coach and I want to do some kind of like a collab or something like that, just for funsies, because it's her game. It's her game. She loves this game to death. The VOD and counted you played 36 times. Did I really? Now, hold on. Now that's 36 times. Was that just in that run that we did, or was that overall? Because I'm wondering if my Point Hope game numbers, if my early access day numbers count as well. Yes, Slasher, I am. Who's your favorite type of character, human or killer? Whichever one makes the player move on screen. I have 4.2 hours in this game. 4.2. don't like this game. I just haven't played it, Duchess. And a lot of games, I think I share the same opinion, I think, with a lot of friends with games like this. And it's not that we dislike, with some of us, it's not that we dislike the game. It's just a play style that we've moved away from, where like we really enjoy streaming with PvE. And with PvP, it's a different aspect. It's a whole new mindset when you're playing, because you've really got to be like, Slasher, thank you for the Steve is your favorite. Roger that. You've really got to be locked in, or you get really, really good, and then you start getting like Coach and like Queen, where you can talk to chat and play and do all that jazz at the same time. Yeah. Nervy Jade, thank you for the nut. Dude, 9 months. What is this? What is this? DBD Killer Clowns are different, even though they're, oh yeah. I've only played a little bit of each game, and I don't think they're the same. No, because people ask that all the time. Anytime you play any game that looks anywhere close to DBD, anywhere close to it, they're like, is this DBD? Is this like DBD? Is this DBD? No. You play another Ghost game. Is this Phasmo? No. New Killer super creepy. I don't know. I was gifted something by Coach, though. I'll show you. So I have to use. Same thing with Phaz. Yeah. Yep. I'll take that compliment. That's absolutely a compliment, man. A gift. Yeah. A digital gift that I'll be using tonight. Yeah, but maybe you are TV. What if all of a sudden I play and I just get sucked in? These nuts, they're back there. You see the D? The hat's there. The nuts are on the shelf. What? They're still there. Oh, what did I ask you? She thought I was leading her into a trap. You know what I said to Coach? I said, we need to play Sea of Thieves. She thought I was trying to hit her with a D's nuts joke. I was like, no, I'm very serious. I played a little bit on Xbox, but man, I loved that game. Like, I say loved it. I only played so much, but it was such a beautiful, fun game. She thought I was trying to get her. I was like, no. Maybe behind. I'll open the game and we'll take a look, man. Yeah, I don't know. There's going to be look, the one thing that I don't want to do tonight is I'm not here to sweat. I'm not here to go super hard. I'm going to try. I'm not just going to be like running up to the killer and, waving, which I don't even know how to do. Yeah, I'm going to try. That game title doesn't spell Phasmophobia. Hey, you shut your butt. All right, we're starting the game. 1 and 2. Oh, 1. Okay. Ooh. All right, let's move over here. Coach, I have a loot. Am I good at DBD? Well, I have 4 hours in it. Knox, thank you for the Prime. So I would say I'm the best. I don't know about you guys. We're all going to queue as killer. Whatever, dude. How many hours does Coach have? I don't know. I can't see your collective hours, can I? I can see your 2-week hours. I can't see your all time. Wait, maybe I can. Yes, I can. If I go to your freaking profile, I can. Duh. Hold on. Let's see how many hours Coach does have. Ah, shit. It's loading the game. Yours are hidden. That's fair. Yeah, Steam you can. Yeah, I just never look at hours. Like the sweaty move of like, well, let's see how many hours they have. Gobble, 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 gobble. Yeah, I don't do that. Oh, shit. Oh, I click away and the noise goes away. Oh, boo. I got to fix that. We got to fix that.
Hi, don't be shy. Make yourself at home.
Okay. Hey, how's it going? Hey, how are you? I don't know what's happening. There's a finger on fire over here. What the fuck? There's a finger on fire over there. It's using up a lot of my CPU right now. Oh boy. Never played this game. I have 4 hours in it. I'm installing shaders. Do hold, please.
Poor, misguided wanderers. First there were many, and now so few. How little you must value your lives to take a single insignificant breath in my
Well, that's kind of cool.
I'm afraid
Somebody got blood on the loot.
quick death for you. No escape from this suffering.
D&D trailer's so fancy. They definitely get that right. They do a lot of their expansions.
As I see
All the marketing that they do, they kind of go balls to the wall, man. They know how to do it right.
For in dark places.
Oh, that thing looks
such
rad.
as this,
My first time. I have 4 hours in the game, JT.
one must keep themselves
Oh no!
entertained.
Oh no! Get up! They're gonna touch you. Oh no! They're touching you. Oh well. It's over. They were touched. They play no shit. You love this game? I have friends that adore the living crap out of this game. Yeah. Yep. This is their game, man. This is what they do. This is their bag. So it's gonna be really. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let me know if the volume's okay for you guys, okay? If it's too loud for me, it's because I'm sound whoring for Phasmo, so I have it all the way up. What is that sound? What is happening? What is happening? Is that me unlocking shit? It's a bit loud. Okay, I'll turn it down. Hey, who's that guy? This is way more fun than I remember. 'Tis loud, my lord. All right. Settings. Audio. I have it at 80. That's still loud? What if I do nice crisp like 70? Can I not just drag this? Well, that's stupid. I guess I can click on the sides though, so that's good. That's good. All right. Love DVD, but haven't played in a while. That's fair. You don't have to do Twisted Masquerade if you don't want to. I don't know what that means. 30 or 40? You think so? You think like that? It's going to be him shitting on everything about this game. No, it's going to be me not understanding what I'm doing. That's not me. I'm not going to shit on a game for my lack of knowledge. Yeah. It gets quieter when you get out of the menu. So is this a good test of the audio then? Like right here, this is a good test of it, like what's happening right now. So leave it like this or make it louder. That's good? Okay. You guys, we can turn it back up if I have to. Turn the heartbeat on. Where's that? Is that like an accessibility feature? Where is that? Is that here? What's the heartbeat? Ooh. Heartbeat visual support, this guy? Yeah, okay. Is there anything else recommended to turn on or off? Visual heartbeat helps so much. Yeah. I know that they play it with it, or I've seen them play it with it. But everyone's just hanging out, having a good time. I don't understand why we got to fight. I'd say skill check on mouse. Oh, is that a setting? Where is that? Keybinds? Input binding? Okay. What binding should I change? Heartbeat doesn't work with stealthy killers if they're hidden. Okay, that makes sense. Skill check, secondary. Secondary action skill check. Change this. Put your side mouse. Does it matter which? Okay, I have B and V over there. Does it matter? Yeah, I don't see B or V on here. Okay. Okay. Rather than having to adjust my left hand because my right will be more accurate, I think. That's a good one. I like that. Again, just remember, friends, I have 4 hours. 4 hours in this game. Okay, I am a pro. Don't talk to me like I'm a child. Is B your mouse? So the way that I have it set up, I have my mouse set up where my push to talk in most games is on my mouse, my local and my global. So I keep it over here, which is normally in most games is like B or V or T, you know, something like that. So that's why I have that over there. Yeah, that's good then. Okay. Okay. We'll change as we go. Give it a try and then change as we go. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay. I guess I need to. Do I need to go to store? Wait. Do I just go to play or do I go to store? Hey Daisy. Hey, how are you? Are you okay? They have X's on their eyes. Are we really living this life? Did you accept it? Yes, I did. I'll start with that. Rebind left mouse button to F11. Wait, what? What is Kill telling me to do? Do the masquerade event. Ready to get hooked? Oh, yeah, 100%. We'll learn as we go. Sigh. What? Kill, I'm new here. Don't yell at me. Daily rituals, friends, news, credits. Okay, store. Oh my. Oh my. Oh, that guy. Look at that guy. Oh, he looks cool. Dude, look, I got 98,000 kerns. Look at that. Oh my. Oh my. Kill's trying to get you killed. Collections, specials. Oh, look at the cards. That's cool looking. Not gonna buy it, but it's cool. My advice, don't die. Roger that. Kill logging in trying to get... Look, if there's one thing I like... Oh, free gift! Why did you... Nobody told me about a free gift! Over here talk about trying to get me killed. What the fuck is wrong with you? You okay? Who voted on this for me? What the hell is wrong with you? "26 people? You bastards. All right. Do I just hit play or do I do Twisted Masquerade? Which one? I will listen. Civilized Possum, thank you for the 5 months. I blame Chesney and Aldi. I kind of blame Aldi a little bit. Just hit play. Was it all for Rocket League? I mean, I would know what I'm doing in that game. Stay out of the shop. Your family... Ay. Steve Charlie on low. Okay. We're just gonna hit play. I guess Survivor. Do I get to choose when I go to Survivor? I'm just making sure I'm not pressing the wrong buttons. No famous Rocket Leaguer? Yeah. Yeah. I heard about that guy. I don't trust him. Heard he's tall as shit. Learn to play. Nah. Do I choose from here? You have to choose? Okay. Loadout survivors. Any wild guesses what Coach gifted me? Any wild guesses at all? Leah, thank you for the lurk. Appreciate it. Well, listen.
I'm not liking the mojo here.
Dwight has a cap. I know, but look, you know, she was kind enough. She was kind enough. I gotta use him at least once, right, Nick? Do you say anything else? Hi, sissy. DBD. I know. I don't know what the hell's happening. Is it actually Cage voicing? It sounds like it. Yeah, it definitely sounds like him. If it's not him, it's damn close. Okay. Because, you know, like, if you think about, like, Toy Story, you think about the Woody doll. Like, that's not Tom Hanks. All right, store. Do I just rock? Like, go to Bloodweb, load out? It's him. What's him? Is he going to steal the Declaration of Independence? Good morning, sissy. How are you, friend? Good to see you. Chat voted for me to play DBD, so here we are. Yeah, click on the blood web. Roger that. They're kind of guiding me as we go. Yeah, Woody, the Toy Story doll. No, yeah, obviously the movie is Tom Hanks, but the doll was voiced by Tom Hanks' brother, Jim. Your mind has opened up to the blood web. Do I have to read all that? Last night I got out of the fog in a manner of speaking. I arrived in yep, whatever. Cage is a survivor. He's not gonna give up. All right, now what? We have battery, power bulb, and toolbox. What's in here, you toolbox? Sorry, is that him with a mask over his, like, oh, it is. Rare Nicolas Cage perk. Fair enough. Never read it too. Click them all. Okay. Oh, because I have enough kerns. Okay. Yes. Spend all of our kerns. Click this one too. Yes. Level 2. Yes, let's go. I told you guys I was a pro. Each level of the blood web is procedurally generated. Keep in mind that its layout and content are unpredictable. Are you okay? Camping aid kit, blood, laurel sachet. Thank you, Break of Daylight. Faint. Okay. Do I click on all these too, or no? Just click the middle. We can click the middle. Yeah, I can't look. There's no click. There is no click. Yeah. Do it again? All right. What are you? It's a mystery box. If you click the last item in the line, you buy the entire line. Like this? Oh, I see. Hold on. Like this. Like this. Like, well, I guess that only does the 2 though, right? Just keep clicking till you can't click anymore. Oh, I got a masquerade flashlight. Not even a mask can protect you from this flashlight's bright beam. Get rizzed on. Okay.
I don't know what to do with these tools, man. It's not my, what am I supposed to do with a wrench?
Coach is an expert. I know. Do I just keep clicking? Keep going? All right, just keep going. I mean, I've got a lot of kerns over here. They're not blood points, they're kerns. Get rizzed on. That's what Coach says. Get rizzed on. All right. Do I just keep going until I don't have any more left, or what? Okay, we're just spending more money. Just another potato. Thank you for the 11 months. What's up, dude? The original for getting raised on. Oh, look at that. Spine chill. Level 8. Go there. Good, good. Go to there. Good, good. We're rocking. Look at this, man. We haven't even gotten into a game yet, and I'm already level 9. Why do people say this game is hard? Doesn't make sense. This is all we do, right? We just go through this. Cassidy, hello. How's it going, friend? Keep going, bro. I am going. No running by the pool. I'm not running. Go. Go. Just mouse clicker sim. What the? We'll get into a game eventually, guys. I was told I need to click on stuff. Ooh, there was like wings right there. What was that? Nice jar. We got another screech cobbler. That's cool looking. Okay, a sponge. Sure. Okay, I have 81,000 kerns. Okay, we're losing a lot now. Should I be doing this for Dwight or no? Hattie, hello, Fred. Not with that attitude. Or just keep going with Nicolas Cage. I'm cool with going with Nicolas Cage. However you'll play. I don't care. I'm cool. I'll play with Nick. But there's a mystery mod. I wanted the mystery mod. All right, let's go to loadout. All right, items. You guys tell me. I think when I played private, I did a few private matches for kicks with Coach and Kill. It was hilarious. We had a blast. Medkit? Look, medkit or toolbox. Well, which one? And does it matter which one? This one is rare. This one is event. Do I go event or do I go rare? I'm assuming not the common. That's why they're brown, because they're boopy. Hi, Rayla. Go to the event. Okay. All right, which one? Medkit or toolbox? Medkit? Medkit? Medkit. All right, add-ons. Oh, the sponge. The view of DVD. Dark, I know. I know. I'm shocked as well. It's okay, friend. You're not the only one shocked. I picked it, kind of. Not really. They picked it for me, but I went through with it. Abdominal dressing. Do you guys have any ranch? No, sorry. We only have abdominal. Put the sponge, if not used. Okay. And then what else? Is that a vinaigrette? No. No. It's just blood. Ranch soda. Shut your lips. All right. Butterfly tape, rubber gloves. We got some self-adherent wrap. Because if it's me and I'm not being told what to pick, I'm just going to click on crap. But people in chat are going to know, like, hey, that's actually useful. Like, oh, okay. Oh. Pick the other yellow one? Okay, the adherent wrap. Roger that. Offering. Give him the old screech cobbler. You know what I'm saying? Eh? Cream chalk pouch. Well, that sounds inappropriate. Do the cobbler? All right. Perks. Bonus blood web points. Okay. Look at that one. I like this one because it actually has him back there with the mask on the face. That's cool. That's kind of rad. Dramaturgy. Okay. Okay, and scene partner. Okay. I'm kind of letting Coach kind of picking the build here, which I'm totally fine with because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Plot twist, which one? This one. Okay. Hey, Racer, welcome in. Pick your first 4 greens. See, but she said to pick plot twist, though. She said to do plot twist. And Kindred. Spine chill, slippery, Kindred. This one? So do these guys? Kindred too? Okay, we cool with these 4? Should be able to turn into a Ghost Rider and punch the killer. I think so too. Pick random perks. Knowing you'll create. Oh, whatever. Shut up. Okay. So I guess we're good. I've got a loadout. Do I need to save it or anything? Or will it automatically kind of be here? Are we going for a good build or a mean build? I was just kind of letting them pick. Oh, which Nick Cage is this? No, this is definitely, I mean, look at him. He's got a beard and all that jazz. This is definitely not, this is more recent Nick Cage. This is not older Nick Cage. Yeah. Thank you, Slasher. May the odds be ever in our favor. When are they ever going to do a Hunger Games game? Well, why does that never come out yet? You have more than one outfit? Ooh. Should I go to customize then? Can I take your face off? What the hell look is that? All right. What about your jacket? I kind of dig it. Hold on. That's my guy right there. That might be my guy right there. Do I do it with the glasses? Willy's Wonderland? I don't know if I have. If you're messing around, then you can't get your feelings hurt. That's right. 10 out of 10? Roger that. All right, we're sticking with it. The only thing I might not do is the glasses. I don't know, though. Like, do we glasses, yay or nay? Is there actually... Oh, there's an outfit. Oh. Fashion by daylight. Yeah? Okay. Charm? Is this necessary or does this matter? What do these do? What are charms for? Why do I have 3 options? It doesn't matter. They do nothing. Just for looks. Well, where do they hang from? Is that a question I shouldn't ask? I have a holiday tree. Look, have a wonderful winter 2019, 2020. I have 4 hours in the game and I have this tree. What does that say? All right, F it. I don't care about that then. All right, I think we're ready to go. Let's rock. Ooh, what are you doing? All right. So where do I go now? Just play? Are we ready to rock? I want to rock. What up, Ping? Yes, play. All right. Unfortunately, I have to alt tab so you can't hear sound. Click play in the bottom right. Okay. Roger that. Elmo squirrel. Hold on. Shish kebab. Be charming. All right. I need to go there. We need to do that. Do that. You can fix the sound and settings so it doesn't unfocus. I would love to do that, actually. I would love to do that. How do I do that? All right, hold on. Once I get this going. Oh, the first game's easy. I have low expectations. Would it be just in a general setting? Or an accessibility thing? Or would that be? Audio? Mute focus? Where's menu music? Headphones? Mute focus. On. Off. Ah. So now if I alt tab, it'll stay. Lovely. Lovely. I need that. What's up, Lena? Are you double trouble? All right. Well, here we go. This is going to be my first ever DBD round where I just queue in. I've never done it before. Turn off copyright music. Thank you. Hi T, how are you? Oh, hello, my poor souls. Anybody I see that's on my team, I hope you're really good. I guess I'll just ready up because I don't know what else I'm doing. What is this? Nope, I'm not even gonna, nope, I don't want to be that guy. I'm not gonna Chiba ya. Hi, Sharon. So proud. Thank you, friend. How's it going? It's good. It is good. Double trouble. We are playing DBD today because chat was allowed to choose my game today. So they presented some ideas in Discord. They voted. This is what they voted on. I officially have 4 hours in DBD. The 4 hours I have were from loading, buying the game in 2020. Loading it up once. Click ready. I did. I'm already ready. I'm already ready. And then playing with coach. What's that mean? Five cobblers? Yeah, sure. Hi, B. Just the 6 loading screens to get through. Yeah, that's it. I mean, this is pretty enjoyable. I like it. I like it. Sylvanus, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Do I sprint? What do I do? Hey, look, I've got a hook right here, dude. What a sweaty nerd. You're a sweat. I'm sorry. I'm going to call anybody a sweaty nerd that's playing against me. It doesn't matter. Dang it.
No, please.
You heard Nick. He said no, please. He's being polite. Well, that's not very nice. So do I just hang out then? I'll just hang out. That's right. Just give me a chance. Gives me a chance to talk to chat. Did great. I mean, I don't know how to escape. I know there's pallets and all that jazz. Oh, look at those things. Those are cool. That was good. Hey, let's go. I mean, I was able to make the dude miss a couple times. He's camping me. I don't. I'm just gonna start yelling things that I hear other people yell all the time. Nice piercing, thanks. $9.99. Hot Topic. Help me! Help me! Can you heal me? Oh, I'll heal myself then. Damn, dude. Hang in there. Are you guys cat postering me right now? Oh shit! Whoops. Skill check. I forgot that there was a skill check, and I also forgot that I bound it to my mouse. I didn't know there'd be a skill check for this. I don't know. Yay! Look at that mother effer. Look at him. Look at him. Camping. Look at him. He is camping. I got you, dog. I don't know if I like it on my mouse. I almost would rather have it on my space bar. Where is he? I'm gonna try to get that other person off the hook. Can't see shit. I'm coming! If you run, you leave marks, the killer can find you? Okay. Saving all the peeps, just trying to do my job. All in a hard day's work. All right, so we got that gen going. I'm gonna run. Shut up, Crow. Is there someone else hooked right now? Hi, sincerely, how are you? Lely, I know. Everyone's like, what are you playing right now? Listen. Listen, my finger slipped. Listen. I'm just gonna run around the outside. Nobody here. Go away. Whoa. What's that? What's that icon mean? Person, are you okay? I can't heal you. Hey, I can't. Can I heal you? Oh, yes, I can. Can you be quiet, please? I think they're on the way. You can even if you don't have a med kit. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Oh, god damn it. Oh, where the hell are they? They're all the way down there. Press C to crouch. Press C to crouch. No, no, I don't have it on. I have it on control. If whatever that means. Listen, dog. Listen. Sorry. You have this big ferocious guy and he just straight into a wall. Ooh. That gen's running too? Okay. Can't hit yourself, but you can heal partners. Okay. How the... Thank you for the pride. Go through the portal. What the hell's the portal? Oh, that thing. Oh. Oh, what's that? Oh, cool. Is he down here? Is that why my heart's going beady baba? Or can they be above me? I'm confused. Yeah, Missy. Brand new. You let that person die. Dude, I unhooked like 15 people. It means they're near. Well, that... Oh, what the... What does that do? Toolbox? Okay, I don't know what this shit means. I'm not gonna stick around. I'm just gonna try to keep going to the gens. Yeah. Dude, how many gens are done right now? What is the dramaturgy thing? That just came up. Oh, fuck you. Only one is left. Okay. One gen left. Yeah, I see it there now. Now I see it. Yeah. Playing against Chucky's scary. Oh, God. Yeah, I've watched friends play. What are you, pooping? I'm afraid they're here. Pull down. Pull down what? What? Oh, it's that. It's a pallet. Ah! Fucking ouchies, bro. So that means the last one was done, yes? Open the exit gate? Okay. Going wide. I saw the killer go that way. And he's there. I don't know where. What does that mean? What does that mean? Red heart? Do I go to this side or the other side? E! E! I mean, Evan, I guess I'm running out, huh? Sure. Thanks, friends. Oh, no. Good job, team. That was a good experience. Did you enjoy it? Yeah, it was fine. Yeah, it was good. Just running, just running around trying to heal people, unhook people so they can do things that I don't know how to do. I don't know. All right, I guess I'll just go into another game. Should I just stay Nick Cage and just keep rolling? Let me know when you hit ready. Shut up, coach. I'm gonna do it when you don't know because it's behind my face. No to the killer? Already? Switch? Hi, Tika. Suggest Meg. So, listen, Missy. B, Ed, thank you guys. Welcome in. Coach got me Nicolas Cage as a gift for tonight. I feel like I owe it to her. I owe it to her to use Nick. Masquerade event still going on? Yeah, it appears to be still trucking. I have ads coming. Let's go again. Let's go again. The next one will probably be harder. I probably won't make it out, and that's all right. It's all part of the learning process. This is how we learn. This is how we learn. What's up, Dream? You know what? We're going to go ahead and run ads while this is happening, okay? While we're queuing up and all that jazz. So we'll be right back. If you don't have Turbo, you don't have... if you're not subbed, don't stress it. You're not going to miss much, friends. Killer, please. Oh, we'll play. We'll try Killer at some point. Oh, hey, it's my twin brother, Cheeky Bum Cheeks. Yes. Ma'am. Cheeky Bum Cheeks. Ready up? Already did. I already did. Yeah, she misses mom. Mom went to go to a show tonight. Yeah, she went to a show. Y'all got him to play DVD? Yeah, chat got to vote what I played tonight. So here we are. B, thank you for the sub. Appreciate your friendo. It's just dead silent in between these loading screens. Excited for what killer you get now? I don't know what killers there can be. I mean, I have like the only thing I know about DBD is from watching people like Queen and Coach play. That's really all I know.
Who's gonna poke out our eyes this time?
What the fuck? Are you kidding me? I'm out. Huntress? I guess so. Damn, they already got that generator done, dude. Creepy lady? I guess so. Where is she? Watch for axe throws. Okay. She just... Want me to heal you, homie? No? Hi, Tornazan. Like, I can... Do you want healed or no? No? They keep running away from me. When you do fast faults, it alerts the killer, by the way? Okay. So how do you do slow vaults? What are those sounds? Who's down now? Don't hold shift. Walk up to the window. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Wait, so we have do we have one person on a hook and one person down? Is that what I see? Why does it sound like she's right here? She is. It's so hard to tell. Because my heart... The heart means they're near. So they're just waiting for... They're waiting for someone to come get that person. Which I guess that Nick said, fuck it, I'm gonna go do it anyway, huh? You're still not healed. Are you good, bro? Oh, fucking missed, nerd.
No, no.
Nerd. Don't think so, nerd. No. F off. No. Nerd. Nope. No. Oh shit. Why am I so slow? Ouchies. Walk my Dio? No, it's not a Dio. It's way cooler looking than a Dio. Look at this thing. We're in a voice chat, but oh, God, I don't know what I'm doing. Is this TBD? Yeah, it is. Thank you, Sammy. Kiara, how are you? Yeah, man, it really seems like this killer likes to really hang out wherever the hook is. Thank you. I'll kiss you later. It's okay, it's my twin brother. We're fine. Seriously, dude? Oh my God, you piece of shit. She just drew it right over to me. Thank you. I hope you have a lovely day. I got baited hard, right? I got unhooked. And then, and then that chick drew the thing right back to me. First hook? No, I got hooked on the first game. This is my second hook of this game. Yeah, I was sitting there healing and she literally just ran over to me. Thank you again. Appreciate you. Okay, you're super kind. I like you. What a great Nick Cage. Solo queuing. Yeah. Yeah, just for funsies. Thank you, cheeky bum cheeks. Appreciate you, man. You're my hero, broski. Cheeky bum cheeks. So the other thing that we did, oh, fuck you. Oh, I'm sorry, Nick Cage. Fuck you, nerd. Nice dodge. I think I dodged every axe so far that they've thrown. I think. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna do it. Quick, show her your butt, cheeky bum cheeks. Cheeky bum cheeks, no. That was toxic. All part of the game, man. All part of the game. Their job is to kill. Their job is to kill. In any way that they see fit. Wish that worked. Oh, songs command. Yeah. This is your very first time. Basically, David. Yeah. What up, Jackson? Sky Spooter gotcha. Damn Sky Spooters. Damn Sky Spooters. Yadding. Yadding. What up, friend? Would have fit perfectly. I know. I know. Bastards. Bastards. I could just play as killer, just let everyone go. Who would do such a thing? This is borderline my first time ever playing Nima. Basically. I've played like one time before. Yeah. DBX, what up? Want a shirt? Isn't that freaking rad? How rad is that? If you let anyone go, I'll report you. Listen, if I'm playing killer, I'm not letting anybody go. Oh, no, no, no. I'm sorry. Someone's going to come up to me and do some little crouch maneuver and they're going to want to like, whatever. Like, I'm sorry, man. I'm new. I don't know the lingo with whatever blood currents you're trying to get. I'm just here to kill people. I'm sorry. I'm in game. I'm just here to play the role of the name of what it is inside of the game. It's called Killer. If I heard that correctly. I might be mistaken. I could be mistaken. All right. Do I do another survivor round or do I switch over? As a hello. I'm good, DBX. How are you? Good to see you. Try the killer. All right. Do I need to do anything or do I just go wait, do I do play again and just killer. I'm so purty. This music's way better. Who the fuck are you? There's Trapper. Okay. Pick your killer, check the blood web, do the loadout. Okay. Killers. Let's see what I have here. We have Trapper, the Wraith, the Hillbilly, Nurse, the Huntress, and that's it. Yeah, Trapper Keeper? I am a 90s guy. What's up, Zero? Late for the event? Wonder how much longer it goes on for. Wraith is fun. Nurse is good. Nurse is hard. Well, I definitely don't want to be a killer that I make it difficulty. I definitely don't want to be a killer that makes it harder on myself. It seems like I want to be one of these two guys. Either Trapper or Wraith. Is there a favorite? Hope you don't get sweat lords. If I do, it's okay. Honestly. Again, for me, like when I'm playing it like this, man, I'm used to seeing it. Be Wraith? Okay. Dude skipped leg day. What the happened? JSM! Hello, friend. How are you? We're sending you back to the gym. That's what we're doing. Customize. Okay, these are what I have here. What do you guys want? You want All Hallows Eve? Wait, I learned how to read. All Hallows Eyes. I read it really quickly and it was weird. Have a fabulous Halloween 2016? What? I didn't have this game in 2016. Or is this just, I guess, something from that time? Time for new glasses. I read it really quickly. Shut your butt. So I think, okay, which one? Frosty or Hallow? So we have this one or this one? Ooh, that one's kind of cool. Kind of like that one. I kind of like that one. Like how he cloak? Yeah. That's cool. Dark cloak? Wait. So there's Ashen Wraps and Dark Cloak. Read too fast too? Yep. Yeah, I think I like the Ashen Wrap too. All right, what about this thing? So now we have an axe. Azarov's axe, marked Bloodlust, or Skull Crusher. There's Skull Crusher. There's marked Bloodlust axe. I think, I don't know, man. I kind of like that one. That looks kind of sick. Skull Crusher? That guy? It looks the same as that one, except it's got little spikies. Look, it's literally the exact same thing. Look. It's just got like blades in it. I like this one. I'm doing this one. I like the middle one. I'm doing the middle one. I think that's sick. Now what happens if I do this? I don't know what that means. No, Nick Cage! Well, that was underwhelming. I just beat him to death. Farsi, thank you for the follow. That, okay. Oh, check out my fit. Oh, look at that one. Ooh, maybe I'll do that instead. Look at that. Look at that. That might be better. Look, he's ready. Oh, yeah. I like it. See you, Double Trouble. Have a good one, man. I like it. We're going for it. All right. Loadout. Starts with 3 personal perks. Predator, Bloodhound, and Shadowborn. I can't change that. Okay. Add-ons. Nothing. Oh wait, do I have to do the web, don't I? I was told earlier, do the web, get the levels, and then we do the stuff and the things. So that's exactly what we're going to do now. I'm not sure, Zero. I always turn my account off. Oh, look, I have 200K. So I guess we got some, blood curves back. There, go there, go there. Boost any perk to level 3. Sweet. Go there to that. Gonna take you ages. Enjoy. That's okay. I think I assume the more we do this, the better the game will be because I'll have more options. I assume. 100%. Go. Yeah, words. Use your words. Use your words. Yep. Why can't I click on that? Oh, okay. It was like darkened. That was weird. That was weird. Half of DVD is blood webbing. I need to go to the ends. That's the way I need to do this. 13. Prestige survivors and killers. Gotcha. Gotcha. The entity chosen, that one you want. Entity starts taking some things away the higher level you get. Ah, okay. All right, well, let's see what that is. Okay, so now we have some add-ons to choose from. So now what do we go for? Peachy, hello. Pick and choose as you go higher up in the web. Gotcha. So it does matter when you go higher up. Is this your first killer match? Yes, it is. Look at me. I'm ready. Hey, Bebble Pebble. How are you? So let's see what we have here. We have Swift Hunt Blood. I mean, I'm assuming we want to stay up higher away from the Pooh Brown because Pooh Brown is common. So looking at these guys. Don't step in any salt. Roger that. Check the yellow bone. Bone clapper. Bone clapper. Level 15, you get all perks unlocked. Do I have enough to get to level 15? Kill, they want me to clap bones. Yes. So just do it. Because these are 2K. I mean... Is that him breathing? Can you chill? Jenna, hello. Yeah, we're doing DVD. I know. Bones must be clapped. Because I don't care that much about what things I choose. I'm just here to have a good time. Now I have all 4. He's a mouth breather. Can you? Know what it makes me think of? He keeps making me think of Brainy from Hey Arnold. You know what I'm talking about? Every time Helga turns around, Brainy's just sitting there, just... All right. All right. Now which one? We got to choose quick. I'm gonna want to hurt this guy. So Bone Clapper, Windstorm, Swift Hunt, Blink, Blind Warrior, Swift Hunt, Blink, Swift Hunt. I guess it matters with blood, why, whatever those things mean, whatever they mean. I know, Jaded. What is all this jazz? Swift Hunt. Don't I have one of those up here? I do. I have a rare. What's up, lag? Think of it so far? It's been fine. Yeah. Don't play Wraith often? I don't know. So what if I choose that guy and... Because people are going to have to tell me if I... Oh, wait. Oh, I have that one, though. Hold on. I have that one. What's the difference between that and that? One's blood, one's white. Increases uncloaking speed by 12%. Increases uncloaking speed by 10. Well, obviously, I'm going to choose that one. Bone Clapper's nice, too. Sure. Offering. What am I offering? We have Rotten Oak. Or I could go Screech Cobbler. Do both and they'll be 22. Oh. I could. I mean, do I do both? Do I get rid of that and add the other one? Clap those bones. I feel like we should clap those bones. Can no longer discern the wailing bell's distance or direction. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Yeah, I kind of like that. Yannick, thank you for the Prime for 10 months, huh, friendo? All right, perks. What do we got? What do we got? This guy. Chill. Predator. Spies from the shadows. Purples? Purple. Purple. I like the crow one. It helps find people. Okay. I like it. I like it. Distressing. So right now we're in there. We have Predator, Spies from the Shadows, and Distressing. We cool with that? This one? Just do these guys? I'm not going to sit here and spend the time to actually read through all of this. We're just going to pretend like I know what they are. I would not put Distressing on a killer that is mostly stealthy. Okay. What should we put in its place? That's what it sounds like is a hound right here. Serotonin, hello. What's up, Joss? Fake it till you make it, amen. Sloppy Butcher? Or Sloppy Butcher? Increases the rate at which healing progression is lost. Okay. Roger that. Do Bloodhound. Okay, never mind, do Bloodhound. Okay. Listen, I'm just here to do what you guys tell me. Fresh blood marks are considerably more discernible than normal. Ooh, I like that. Okay. So when somebody is sprinting, I can see it easier and I can follow them. Yes. Not sprinting? No. Isn't that normally when when they bleed. Oh, blood marks considerably. So when they're bleeding. Okay. Not the other. I know what you mean. Okay. There is a difference. All right. Well, looks good to me. I'm thinking scratch marks. Yeah. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah. What up, Bailey? Hi, Faith. I think we're good. I think we're good to go. You just got engaged. Congrats, homie. Sport, 100%. Let's rock. All right. Let's go. So does the Wraith have like special abilities or anything like that? You played Survivor yet? Yeah, I played twice. I escaped once and I got taken out once. Yeah. Invisible. So how do I activate it? Hey guys, I'm ready. Good luck, have fun. M2. What? Oh, okay. Oh my god, dude, I gotta listen to this guy breathe like this the whole time. Hey Caleb, I'm good. Can't hit people while invisible? Okay. Great killer to learn the game. Okay. Yeah, it was saying difficulties and it was saying that this one was easier. Cloak on cloak. Have some add-ons, mute the bell sound so people don't know you're there. Yeah, I think there was one where they can't tell what direction I'm coming from, like with the bell, if I heard that correctly. But yeah, this will be the first one, so we'll figure it out as we go. Bone clapper, yeah. Yeah. Hi, Gull. But yeah, the only other time I've played was with friends. Look at me, I'm so cute. With some friends when we played a couple matches just offline. Here we go. We're going to find us some friends. We're going to find us some friends. You know what? Let's go this way. I just like how smoothly I run. Hey. How do I... What? How do I swing at them? I swung... What was my mouth? Are we good? Right click. I did. Why didn't it do anything? Press and... You have to press and hold? It doesn't just right click? Ew. Oh, I was cloaked. Oh, see? We gotta learn. Okay. Hey. Oh. Mistakes were made. Come back. I want to be your friend. Hey. 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 Oh no. I hope you don't think I'm trying to do something nice. I'm not. I'm here to be mean. I'm here to be mean. If I'm gonna accidentally, bro, I'm gonna accidentally point at something. Owie! Rude. I'll walk around. Oh, okay. We'll just go around and destroy all your pallets then. All right, that's fine. Oh, hey, how are you? So how do I pick them? How do I pick them up? How do I pick you up? Space? Are they trying to? Oh, they're trying to get in a spot where I can't pick them up. Oh, what a shitbag. All right, then your turn. Oh, no, 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 no. Are they going to try and block the hook? Okay, we'll go to another one then. You can? Okay. You can attack while holding? Oh, can you? I'm new. I just work here. Short range? Okay. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Hi, Super. How are you? How are you, friendo? Like, what do you think you're gonna do here? Casual humming. I mean, no, this guy's the mouth breather, right? So there's another person somewhere, yeah? Okay, so they got that gen. Should I stay near the hook or no? Would that be smart? Oh boy. What was that sound? No. You can kick the gen. But it's already... Is this person missing skill checks? Is that what that sound is? How do I kick it? No, it's the crows. Hey, come here. Come here, I want to talk to you. Come here, I want to hang out. Come on. I'm new. I'm trying to figure out what to do. Doing good? No clue. Pile them up, I guess. Where'd the other one go? All right, so she's a goner, right? Oh, she's holding on for dear life. To the right? Where? I hear ya. Your blood lasts longer. I got you. See, they keep trying to... I noticed one thing that they're trying to do. They keep trying to, like, go under rocks to, like, stop the pickup, which is interesting. I've never seen that in any games I've played with Coach. Had a DC. Wait, how do I know that? Oh, because it says bot. Oh, okay. I tried to kick the gen. Or can you only do the one that says... what? Oh, the ones that are active. Nice. Ones they've worked on that aren't finished. Yeah, I went up to one that wasn't finished. So, I'm guessing the one that I walked up to, they hadn't even touched yet. It'll say damage. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I walked up to it and it didn't say squat, so I'm guessing that's what that meant. Cool. Wait until you unlock the Moray. Cool. Rad. Well, there we go. Well, there we go. I don't know who this person was, but they DC'd, I guess. You can damage it if the pistons aren't all moving. Okay. So if I see it moving at all, I know it's been worked on, and then I know that I can damage it. Yes. Okay. If they aren't moving, it hasn't been worked on, and you can't do it. Yeah. Gotcha. Hi, drifters. Nice. Good at the game. Oh, thanks. It was a good first game. Boo, 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 boo. Hey, Dana, how are you? Again. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to run into some people that are freaking crazy, crazy good, man. That are going to know every trick in the book and are going to outsmart me, and I'm not going to be able to do squat. I think it's just part of the game. I think it's just part of the game, dude. Thank you, Katie. How are you? It's from all those hours of watching Coach and Queen. That's right. Feeling better. I'm feeling a lot better. The past couple days was definitely rough. Yes, last stream was okay. It was definitely not too bad. And today's even better. Yeah. It's all those hours in F13. All right, let's go again. I'm not going to change anything. I don't know what the stuff that I have is or does really. There was a cloak thing that I used once at the beginning of the game, and then I turned it off and never used it again, I think. I don't know. JSM, thank you, friend. Thank you so much, friend. Oh. This goddamn mouth breather. Pick it up organically as you keep playing. Yeah, I figured you'd like start to learn the tricks of the trade, what they do. When cloaked, you move faster. Okay. Oh, I don't want to be that guy. Sorry. So we have 2 Dwights, an Ace, and a Claudette. I don't know if that means anything, but that's what we have. In case anybody was wondering. God. I just want them to ready up so I don't have to listen to this guy anymore. I can't. The breathing. I just don't listen to him breathe. I might start turning on some music whenever we have to sit there and wait because of the freaking ugh. Killer's ability is useful for survivors can slightly see you because when you're in cloak mode, your character has like a blur. Okay, so you've got to pay attention. You've just got to pay attention. If you're not paying attention and maybe you're running quickly, turning quickly, you're not going to notice me. After this round, swing by a hospital. Yeah, I'm gonna get him a CPAP. Invisible far away, I think. Okay, so I'm cloaked when we start. Ah. Damn. Hi, Nick. Nick, come back. I love you. No, Nick. Nick, I said I love you. Come back to me. You know, we're brothers. You just don't know it yet. Ouchies. Because I'm ugly and wearing this mouth breather suit. Did you just try to 360 me around the hay barrel? How are we supposed to get back the Declaration of Independence if you're constantly running away from me? I hear somebody right here. Okay. Did... I saw them to my right. I did see them. That was Ace. Oh, not Nick Cage. Oh shit, sorry. That might be why we're not getting back the Declaration of Independence. That would explain it. Never mind. Go about your day, sir. Apologies. Here, you hang out there. I'm gonna go talk to these guys. Really? Bro, I don't want you to think I'm like camping you. I know there's... But they're fucking up this gen over here. What? Oh, they're not fucking up the... So it makes... So the birds make... So the birds make that sound? Why? Oh, what are you doing? I didn't even know you were there. Hey, come here, bucko. You're gonna go out behind me, aren't you? Helpful perk, yeah. The birds go boom also when they run over a window or a locker. Okay. So this one's fully done, right? The lights are on. Wait. Is it not fully done? Oh, damage. Oh. Hi, Maya. How are you, friend? Aha, you can kick it. I just had to get closer, I think, in the right angle. Come back. Come here. Did you just pallet me, you piece of shit? Hey. Hey. Oh, it uncloaked me. Okay, cool. I don't have to spend time doing it. That was actually kind of a twofer. Unfortunate. I just heard her again. Hey, what are you doing? Me and you want to hang out? Are you trying to body block? Fake Nicolas Cage? I heard her behind me, by the way. I know she's over there. She loves that locker. She sure does. She's also bleeding. It helps you in this way. I think it was confusing me. Basement hook? I think it was confusing me because I was letting it confuse me. Oh. I didn't know you could. Okay. Cool. You can hook people down there? That's rad. Alright, so that one's good. That one's good. Any idea where the others are? Ah, we'll leave it there. Is this one? Hold on. Hang around the shack. That's someone fucking up a skill check, right? Was that someone fucking up a skill check? No. no, no. You come back to me. I want to play. It's gonna vault. New DVD player? Yeah. You ever given it a whirl? Do I hear someone else? I do. I missed her. Where is she? I thought I heard her whimpering. I thought I heard that. Flash the killer? He is. So they're in the basement. How do I get there? This way. Hey. Where can I hook them? Right there? Cool. Okay, now where do I go? They were just over here, right? Yeah, there they are. Surprise! Where'd he go? I wasn't looking. Nick. What just happened? Do I have him? Oh, I have him. Where did she go? She's close by. Oh. I'm sorry. Am I fucking crazy? No, I don't want to go for you. Didn't I just hook you? Yeah, we're gonna go for her. Follow the scratch marks. Okay. Well, I swear to God, I thought I saw someone go in that locker and then all of a sudden they were gone. Right. Did he find Narnia? He did. Okay. He went in the locker and then he was just disappeared. All right. It's really unfortunate that you're still around. I'm so sorry. Am I? No, not really. Locked in animation. Oh, okay. All right, where can I, where are the other hooks down here? Where do I hook? Hook, hook. Where's the hook? Anywhere? To the left? Where? Ow. It's too late. Okay. Where'd he go? Oh, he went upstairs. Okay. The inside sucks. I just don't know what is a hook and what is not because they're not highlighted. Hello, Bobbit. So, like, I don't know. I'm just going to take him upstairs. Maybe not. Fucking straight. He gets out really quick. Okay. You're lucky I don't know what I'm doing. Like where? Over there. Okay. How do I get to that? That's a generator. There's hooks over there. Can I take you through the portal? No. I hate the inside. I have no fucking clue where to go. Do you go through the portal? Please tell me you went through the portal. Thank God. I hate to keep doing it over and over again. It's really stupid. Like, I feel bad, but like, I have no idea what to do with him. Look. Like, I'm trying to leave you to dry. I do apologize. Twinkle lights around the hooks? Okay. Pay attention to the lights and balloons. All right, where's this last person? How do we find them, you think? Are they hooked? Wait, are they hooked? No? Okay. Probably downstairs? Okay. I'd look for the hatch. Oh, nice job. Nice. GG's. If they have moving spikes, it's chase. What does that mean? What does that mean? It's chase. What's the name of the game? DVD. Oh, around their name. Oh. Gotcha. Gotcha. They're in chase with you. Okay. Cool. So when you get to the last person, a hatch opens. And then when the hatch opens, you need to look, as the killer, you look for the hatch. Right? Just shut it. Yes. Okay, cool. But they found it, which is cool for them. So that's awesome. Nice. Nice. So I don't like the inside very much because I have no idea where the hooks are. Unless, I guess, if I were to try and pay a little bit more attention. 3K still a win? I'll take it. Just a newbie out here. If you close the hatch, they have to try to open one of the doors. Ah, the map is trash for the inside. I think it's just one of those things where you play the game. Like, the more you play the game, the more you play, you get used to it. Like, I would know exactly where to go with people. I spent probably a good solid half of my time dragging the same person around, trying to figure out what a hook was and what a hook wasn't. So we'll figure, you know, we were working on it. You're doing great, sweetie. Oh, thanks, Mom. All right. I have ads coming. I think after the ads, I think what we're going to do, I think after the ads, what we're going to do, I think we are going to switch over to Faz to finish out the night. We got our fill of DBD. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to Coach, maybe talk to, oh, hush your little butts. Talk to Coach, maybe talk to Queen and them and see if we can figure out a day where we can do a collab and we'll do a full DBD stream. That's not what chat chose. Well, guess what? Whatever. She can't breathe right now. Well, I told her we would. I promised her that we would have a full collab stream. I promised her. Yeah. F you. You know what? Never mind. She said F you. We're not going to do it anymore. I can hear out her windows. Oh my God. All right. Let's do the old switcheroo to finish her out. Do we get a cool ad screen? This time, yes, you do. This time, yes, you do. All right. But no, that was fun. That was fun. And I think when you really are not sweating the game, I think it's really fine. It's not bad, man. Did you have fun? Yeah. I feel like I'm way, like, as killer, I was way more like trying to pay attention than I was as Survivor. Cool wallpaper. Thank you. It was, it's a Hey Arnold background that I changed the color of to match some of my other wallpapers. All right.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
What level are we? 45. You really do have all the hours. I told you. I told you I have all of them. Did you think I was kidding? All right. Oh, I actually have to start the ads. Okay, ads are playing. Whoops. Did you end up getting there? No, I did not bid on it, dude. It was getting like upwards of like $600 or $700. There was no shot. There was no shot. Now, here's a question. On the talks of the tick, will it let me actually change? Oh, you know what it's not going to let me do, though? No, that should be okay. I didn't put it in the live feed. Okay. I need you guys to tell me on Talkie Tick, did it actually change the game name? Because I just changed it. Going back to Point Hope? I should. I probably should. You know what? This might be a good time for that. I do need the badge still. Work on the Point Hope badge. I think it could be a good idea. It still says it, dude. Like, what is the point even changing it if it's going to say the same game? Says Phasmo. No, I meant over on TikTok. Because over there, for some reason, it allows you to change the game. But the problem is, the issue is you can't edit live info. You know what? I'm probably just gonna have to end it and restart it. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'm gonna end it and restart it. That's so dumb. That's so stupid. So dumb. All right, one more minute of ads, and then we're good to go. Halen! Thank you for the 3 months, friendo. No, of course. No, of course. I'm glad I was able to talk to you. I know you, like we were talking, it was a misunderstanding. I totally understand. I got you. All is well, friend. All is well. All is well. Okay. There we go. Fixed it. Lucky duck. No, yeah, I know. Give me a second. What it is. Just a heads up, by the way, guys. Just a heads up. Friendly reminder that after Friday, my next stream, I probably will be off for like a week. I say that because wife and I are going away for her friend's birthday for a few days. So I'm going to be missing Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday, just as a heads up. So you guys know. Okay. Trog. Hello, friend. We're back. We are back. Happy early 4th. Thank you, friend. Happy early 4th to you. Enjoy. I'm going to try to. It's going to be like 100 some odd degrees, whatever.
Looks like there are others.
It's going to be hot AF. All right. So they were saying earlier that I have like 30 or 40 some odd matches on Point Hope. We don't know exactly how close I am. Yeah, Justin, I was. We switched. Taking breaks. What is this? Listen. Listen. Team no sleep? Yeah, seriously, dude. I could do regular matches now. Maybe we could do like regular investigations instead of speed runs on Point Hope until we get it. Like pros or nightmares or something like that. Get used to the map. I think that could be a good way of doing it instead of trying to do the speed runs we were doing. What song? To exclamation point song gaming. Thank you, Trog. Appreciate it, dude. Pro's fun. It is. Let's start with pro and then maybe we'll move up to nightmare. Let's see. You know, there's some information I learned today, by the way. Let me see if there's more information about it. It's fast. It's just about a ghost. Information that I was unaware of. Or information we were told from the higher ups. What do you get for... No, it's for doing 50 Wild Librarian. You get, when you've done 50 matches at Point Hope, completed them, like Mare said, you get a badge. Yeah. So apparently, and this is very situational, because you have to have the right ghost in the right room. Well, I say room, just whatever building, you know. What up, Kyle? Ms. Pro, hello. Apparently, banshees have the ability to stalk players onto another floor if they are in a basement or an attic. News to me? Yep. PS5 will get Phasmo too. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, Halen. Yeah. So hear me out. Now listen, it is very specific. Okay? It cannot be, so the ghost room cannot be on a main floor. Attic or basement. Okay? Attic or basement. Now, we need to clarify exactly what we're considering a basement here, but think like Tanglewood basement. If a banshee is in Tanglewood basement, it could stalk the player out of the basement onto the main floor. Insim and I both were like, I'm sorry, but when the hell did this happen? Apparently, that has been a thing the entirety of Phasmo. Going to bed so you can get up early. What are you doing? What are you doing early? Pikachu, thank you for the follow. Thank you for being here, Coach. I appreciate you guys. For all of you that helped me get through TBT, I appreciate it, man. Hey, Craig. What's up, Arg? How are you? What up, friends? You know what I'm doing. Do I know what you're doing? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. That's crazy. I don't know anyone who knew that. No. No clue. Love the content. Thank you, friend. Who says boundaries are broken? The code seems some filled with weird inclusions. I bet well, apparently it's been around for the entirety of the game, dude. But I don't recall a Banshee having another room, like on another floor, and being able to stalk me onto another floor. But apparently if it's in an attic or a basement, they can. So my next thought was, are we considering Sunny Meadows downstairs a basement? Because I would, but I don't know if they are. Because to me, it's a basement. It's in the ground. Can you imagine if a Banshee is all the way on the far side of restricted and can come get you all the way upstairs on like the male wing? But I don't know if they consider that, but I don't know if they're considering that. Now, the reason this is brought up is because there is something in the patch notes that says something about the Banshee's pathing. So what that means is on Point Hope, the Banshee can stalk you. The Banshee can stalk you on multiple, like from, like if this is the Banshee's floor, it can stalk you to one floor above or below. You know what I mean? One floor above or below. The Banshee, yeah, the Banshee's always been able to stalk you, but we always thought it was from the same floor. It is on the same floor unless the room, if the ghost room is in the attic or basement. So if you think you have a Banshee, you can't find it on the main floor, check the other floors. Check the other floors. Yeah. All right. That's enough chit chat. Let's go. Did you get the card? Nope. We're going to start working on it now, Apocrypha. Or work on it more now. Started fast, loving it. Nice. Music box grenade. Coach loves the music box grenade. All right, now I gotta get used. Now I gotta get used to playing. Still guessing 10 more left. Okay. We will find out. Let's see. Becky Cray, 25% escape and parabolic. Watching the vids, didn't realize you were live. Hey, let's go. Point up. Oh, I was like, is it snowing? What the fuck? No, it's just the crashing of the waves. 6 feet. What's up, Maddie? Good luck, ring. I feel so slow. I swear. Locked. Open. It's one of those pool doors I heard about. Cool. Not there. All right, up we go. Having your VODs usually to work when I code in spare time. Oh, blushy. Appreciate that, friend. I don't know if we're going to see a big difference. Now, it did start with the power off, so I would assume that the ghost room should be a bit colder. But let's go get the power on. Let's go find it. Night, welcome in. That doesn't start there. Excuse me. Where's the power? Seriously? Oh, F you. It's all the way up here. What up, Ghost? Temps with tier 2 have been so weird for me lately. Oh, I could attest to that as well. Garrett, how are you? Yeah, the last time we played Faz. Hey, how are you? The last time we played Faz, we were hovering. I think it was here. I went up the stairs. It was cold. I saw my breath. I went up the stairs. I came back down. It said 20 degrees Celsius. I go up like this. I come back down. It's freezing. In less than like 2 seconds. Had a bug today. Couldn't hear the tier 2 EMF. Oh, I believe you. What map were you on, Demon? Demon. Yes. Camp Woodwind. That's interesting. Did you see the bone? I missed it. I missed it. Need the ghosty at your house. Why the hell would you want the ghosty at your house? Whoa, easy there, fella. Possible EMF fiber. Let's do this. Oh, you saw the jawbone. Roger that. Roger that. How's our sanity? Sanity. It's all in the kitchen. Okay. Good eyes. Thank you, friends. Thank you, friends. Someone got excited. Listen. I don't have a camera on me, so there's no point in worrying about it yet. Tier 2 crosses don't work well on this map. Oh, there it is. I imagine you've got to have 2 of them at this at the right spot. And shocker, we have a bathroom ghost again, by the way. I would like to point that out real quick. Well, F you. Jesus fucking book. Goo! Is that a fiver? Hi, Templar. Orbs, 5. Oh. Come on, give me dots. Do it. Do it, Rhonda. Parabolic. Escape 25. Roger that. Don't always cover the stairs. Oh. Well, you just saw what happened. She just spawned out there in the frickin' hallway. What a turd. I'll come back for you. Is 50-50 shot? Hey, I'm glad I didn't have to worry about the UV. Now, do I want to go for? I mean, we could go for a perfect game. I mean, why not? We're here. You know. You know. All right. Hold. Hold. Gotta do a ting. Gotta do a ting. There we go. What up, Sleepy? How are you, friend? Okay, well, we know what it is. It's in the potty. It's taking a poo op. So... Parabolic is all I need from that. We could do this. Go lightless. I don't need a crucifix. I don't need to stop a hunt. I do need to drop my sanity. So I could look and see what our cursed possession is. Figured out the lock cabinet on the top floor? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Warhaze, I swear to God. So I noticed Flash uses the Twitch tag Wholesome Horror. After watching him play Killer in DBD, do we think the tag should... Okay, listen. I was given a job. Okay? I was given a job. I did that job. I feel like I did that job very well. Hey Grizz, how are you? Yeah, for the locked cabinet in the attic, or like the attic, the upstairs. Yeah, if you don't care about spoilers. Oh yeah, I'll come back for the bone. Yep. I'm actually coming to this floor. This is like my protection floor for now. Because look, there's a hiding spot right there. I'm just dropping all my stuff right here. If you don't care about spoilers, I have a YouTube video on how to do it. If you do care about spoilers, but maybe you're having a hard time with it and you want like a push in the right direction, let me know and I could probably give you a hint. I was talking to CJ about that. I was like, CJ, I need to think of like a way to give someone a hint if they are looking to, you know what I need to do? We need to do this. This is what we need to do. I need a way. Oh, this is a Raiju. A way to give someone a hint without giving too much away. A hint. Portraits matter. Portraits matter. Or pictures matter, if you want to say that. All right, let's get those guys. Make the ghost nice and salty. You gotta season your ghost. You gotta season them. Cosmic, hello. Doing well, friend. How are you? Listen, kill. Listen, kill. Doing good? Heck yeah. All right, let's get Camerato, Mr. Roboto. Get this just to protect us just in case. And that should be all we need. Because we're going to go up there and get the parabolic. Yeah. It's 10 p.m. My husband and I ordered pizza. So I'm doing well. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's bring another smudge for kicks. Use more than salt and pepper. I don't have anything else to season it with. That's all they provide us with. Dave's Hot Chicken? Oh, snap. I have not looked for the cursed. Let's do... Wait. Thank God. What do we have so far? This ghosty is a Raiju. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go salt it up. Oh, wait, I took a photo of that, yeah? Oh, yeah. Come here. Come here. Hey. You guys relax in here. Turning electronics off. Getting all excited. No. Our Raiju is getting very excite. Such a lovely song. Thank you, Apocrypha. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. What up, boss? How are you? Played this map the other day and got distracted by the toys in the kids' room. As soon as I left the room, the ghost immediately killed me. I mean, but did you have fun? Inquiring minds must know. We're bringing in crucifix just in case. Much excite. Many excite. All excite. Wreck Wolf, how are you? Hello? Becky, are you cray? Why'd you place the salt in one spot? Because you can stack it and take pictures of the same spot. All it has to do is walk there once. Okay, easy. Easy. Hello? Hello? Is that... Oh. Oh, you're taking a poop. Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna say, is that Old Spice? No. Hey, can you hop off the turlet and come over here and walk in the salt, please? How's it going? It's going well. Get the shark in there. Roger that. Wait, that's the master bedroom. Where's Bruce? Bruce! You've been requested. Whoa. What the fuck? What? What? What just happened? Whoa, did I just like turn... Did my mouse DPI just go up? What the fuck? That was weird. Whoa, that was weird. I turned and it was like stuck in the wall. I brought you a friend. Now the light's on. So probably not going to interact too much unless she walks out there. Yeah, well, oh, there we go. I walked in the curtain to the outside of the room, but I was like stuck. Oh, this is going to take a second. I do apologize. Relax. Okay. 25 and escape. So now what we need to do is we need to figure out what in the French toast what in the French toast the cursed object is, because that's how we're going to lower our sanity. That one mom that needs infinite picks. It's my wife. It's that Jim Gaffigan bit. Oh, look, the cat's asleep. Alright. What cursed possessions am I missing here? Is it the mirror? No. Flashlight's by the front door. I don't feel like going to go get it. Waluigi? You want to live in here? It's not the summoning circle. We know that for sure. Here. You know what? No. We don't want to turn that on for you. That'd be weird. Nope. Here, turn that off. Don't want you to kick the breaker on me. No music box. Is it the paw? Oh yeah, if I lived here, yeah, there's no shot that I'm going all the way up here. No way. Elevator for sure. Was it Frank? No, it's not Frank. It's the paw. We could sacrifice a smudge. Or I could just wish to trap it and run downstairs. I wish to trap the ghost. Yeah, that's sufficient. Get this. Go back downstairs. It's now stuck in its room for 60 seconds and then it'll start to hunt. This is gonna be really weird. Gonna be weird. It's there, yeah? Yeah, so it's locked. We want to go... Wait. I could just loop it here, I guess. You can wish to trap it? Yeah. She's hacking. She's hacking. She knew I was there. All right, we're gonna blindly go all the way back upstairs. Ring around the rosy, I know. What a jerk. Just a big circle. We threw it on the ground somewhere around here. There it is. Like it. Where did the tarot cards spawn? Right here. I'll show you. Tarot cards spawn right there. On that table. I was afraid of talking and this thing actually answering. I wished for sanity. I wished for fog. Go, there we go. Got the ghost and we're out. Tried to loop a ghost on the very top and it was fun, but I got stuck. Oh no. What did that do? So wishing for sanity will bring the average sanity for all players to 50%, but it will change the ghost's favorite room. So it will change to another room somewhere. You don't know where, it's random. And then changing the weather obviously changes the weather, but then it drops your sanity 25%. So if I ever want to get the 25% objective, what I do is if I have the monkey paw, wish for sanity, wish for the weather change, zippity doo on out of there and just pray I'm safe. Yeah. Bone? Oh yeah, we already got it. Yep. Already got it, friend. Yeah. Yeah. When the ghost roams and changes rooms, does it have to be an adjacent connecting room? It has to be in line. Unless it does, I think there's a chance it can do a long roam and then choose the room at the end of the long roam. I believe. Hyper, oh hey, how are you? Hi, friend. There we go. Nice. Level up. All right, we go again. Did I get the badge? No, not yet. We're working on it. Not yet. OJ, thank you for the gifted sub. No, we're working on it. Yeah, of course. Of course. Appreciate it, dude. It's Point Hope, new favorite. I don't know about a new favorite. It's really cool, though. I've been really enjoying it. I mean, because it's new, with it being new, it's going to be exciting. Oh, Rubber Ducky, I appreciate that. Super kind of you, friend. Super kind. Oh, and speaking of sub, friendly reminder that the sub goal for this month, if we reach it, is we will do a shark cosplay in honor of Bruce. In honor of Bruce. All right, let's go again. Anthony Birch, Firelight 25% again. Okay, well, let's see this time. Yeah, I might have to agree about the tier 2 thermo and it's seeming a little bit funky. But I guess we'll see. Where's the juice? F-U. Oh, it's right outside the bathroom. That's fine. Did you say shark cosplay? Yeah. Oh, yeah. We will dress up as Bruce, the shark, from here. I have a I have a piece of merch being made right now, a shirt design being made right now that might have Bruce on it. All the things. Gamer, thank you. Oh, thank you for gifting a rubber ducky. Oh, thank you so much, friend. Lost so many. I do listen. I have to play Raft at some point because I promised Song that I would too. Ghosty, ghosty. Yeah, we've been discussing it. Ooh, we got that tiny spot. The merch idea we talked about was a bunch of plushies from the games, so like Frank and Toe and the shark, maybe the parrot, but then also me as a plushie. I was going to send in pics of their own cosplay. Oh, that'd be cool. Let's turn on the juice. Are you in here again? I don't see anything moved or anything. Bro, you're going to be all the way upstairs. Is it going to be made in a Flash? I don't know about in a Flash. We want it, listen, we want it done really well. I'd never rush an artist. Hey, DJ. Speaking of Bruce. Is it an entrant? Wait, am I going to go up here and hear the goddamn thing going off? No. I know it was a pun. You son of a bitch. It's all the way up there. Have I played Ghost Exile? Oh god. It's been a little while since I played Ghost Exile. Let's bring you. And I don't have room for you right now. Bruce's brother. Punishable. Here. I'm bringing you toys. Here you go. We're close enough. Figured why not. Probably not a bad idea. God bless you. Oh my. Should probably be turning on some lights as I go down here. Apparently, I hate it here. Kind of a lot. Considered making a Phasmo guidebook? Oh, I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. Alright, let's go. Doing this unfriendly? No. No. We're playing on Pro right now for funsies. Yeah. Hi, Lena. How do you like the new map? I like it a lot. It's been pretty freaking cool. No, if I ever made a guide, I wouldn't be selling a guide. No shot. No way. No way. Don't move. Did you first no evidence? How'd it go? I need to do some no evidences here. We haven't done those yet. Been so freaking caught up with everything, and then, you know, the whole COVID thing happened. Playing fast today. Heard realistic door knocking sounds. Is that part of the new update? You heard door knocking? You heard realistic door knocking. Did you check the door? Oh, stop it right now. That kind of made my heart skip a beat. I went to go flip the light switch, and it seemed like it didn't kick for a second. And when I did, that sound happened immediately. Thank you, Zorp. Ooh, it's cold up here. Gotta go up here and make sure, check for our orbs, apparently. Tell me that ain't some bullshit. Like, is the ghost walking around up here? That's some bullshit. Oh, Jesus. Well, I think we have dots. It's a nice view. I mean, I guess. What do we have? Oh, great. It could be a Raiju again. Hey, do you want to play with the shark or with the bird? Hey, no. Don't walk at me, you creep. If he keeps walking at me like that, it might be a banshee. It might be a banshee. What's a banshee? Shit. He chose Bruce. Bruce is the chosen one. See, that's how you find out which one is the ghost's favorite. You put them both in the room and see which one it interacts with first. He likes Bruce. He's a Bruce fan. Don't blame him. Bruce is pretty cool. Dots. I know. Not a banshee. Probably not. Probably not. I don't want to completely count it out. Not entirely. But yeah. Maybe your favorite. Oh, stop. Okay, homie. We might need more evidence. Thank you for the follow. What's up, Lean? Welcome in. Journal says that's not what it says. No, that's lies and slander. How dare you? Thanks for the follow. I struggle with the capture a photo of the ghost. Oh my god. Any tips? Try not to get it during a hunt. Playing professional? Yeah, for the first few hunts we were going to. Yeah. So we can chill. Do I have Goryo? Well, yeah, no, it can't even be a Goryo because we have orbs and dots, so it's not even an option. Yeah. Excuse me, 6 feet. If you're trying to get the ghost photo, like I was saying, if you can, try to get it during an event. Don't try to get it during a hunt because it's way harder. Not to mention the fact that they removed your ability. Damn cough. The fact that they removed the ability to get the ghost photo after the journal is full. Stinks. Stinks. Toxic. It's just annoying. It's just annoying. All right, let's take you. You. Oh, snap. You know, you're probably not a Raiju. Probably not a Thay. These are Raiju near electronics, early hunt, and Thay can early hunt in general. So probably not. It's probably one of these guys. Probably. Hi, Mr. Song. Is this Phasmo? It is. It is, but you know what though? Do we need? Oh, I need to get stuff up there though, dude. You piece of shit. Just cut the power. Explain the summoning circle? What do you mean explain it? You need 80% sanity collectively to light it. And then once you light the circle, the ghost appears in the middle for an event. And then after a short period, very short period, it will begin a hunt. Yeah. Tell your dog, what up, dude? Feeling better. I am feeling better. Still got a little bit of a cough and stuff, but it's definitely a lot better. Yeah. Lorenzo, thank you, friend. I don't like the parking lot lights going out for the breaker and the light. I know. These lights go out, those lights go out, but it makes sense though. But it's one nice thing, I guess, is that because like I'm not always looking like this. So I know the breaker's out right now, you know? What happens if you light it under 80? If you don't have 80% and you try to light the summoning circle, the last candle will go out on its own. Oh, hey, how are you? It won't light. Lighthouse should have a gen. You'd freaking think so. All right, let's get this shite up there. We're at 99. We need a firelight. I can carry this and this now. Thanks, update. Fortunately, the power is all the way up there, but we have a glow stick, so that's okay. They need to add the ability to remove photos. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. Feeling better, song. Thank you, man. Oh, thank God. You know, I'm in such a pickle. I really, I haven't seen. Okay, I don't even know if I have UV yet. You know what? No. Let's not count our chickens. I haven't seen ultraviolet on the remote control yet. Yeah. I haven't seen it on the remote control. I haven't seen it on the small lamps. You love pickles? That's cool. Binging the VODs. Finally made it to the stream. Welcome in. Play a bunch Friday. Nice. Shake. What can I get fingerprints on up there? Let's find out. I'm stuck. Bruce! Bruce, are you all right? Bruce, talk to me. Why is Bruce up there? I brought him to hang out. He's my emotional support, Bruce. Smash Lane, thank you for the 8 thank you for the 8 months. He's my emotional support, Bruce. Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you close? Are you near? Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you near? Are you close? Probably not spirit box. Dude, I have a feeling it's going to be UV, but I don't know what else to check. I'm going to have to get salt. Hey, get out of here, you creep. The locked door. Oh, imagine his little sticky fingers are on here. Oh, the firelight. Okay. So no EMF 5. Can it even... We're thinking it's one of these guys. It would be ultraviolet. So I don't think it's you. I think it's freezing or ultraviolet. I think it's a Uri or a Banshee. Oh, boo. F you. Wait a minute. Question. Can you Uri that door? Is that a thing? If it's a Uri. I don't know if it is or not. That'd be cool. know. What a terrible unit to get UV. I mean, that's why they added the ability to bring salt in. Got the badge yet? No, we're working on it. We're working on it. Courtney, thank you for the follow. I'm sorry, do you guys see shit? What the? All right. Can you pop the light or something, dude? Come on. What is the last? What if this is the last one? I know. I know. Hello. Like, I haven't seen a ghost interact with these doors. That'd be cool. It just evented on me up here. Does it lock during hunting? I mean, the ghost has evented out here. So I can only assume this doesn't lock. I have seen a ghost event up here. Right. Right. There was a time, exactly. There was a time where my friend got easted by the ghost and the door didn't shut. Motherfucker. I'm gonna have to go get salt, aren't I? UV? Bro, what the fuck? Okay. Oh, sorry. He threw you down the stairs. No wonder I haven't heard from you. I was like, wait a minute. Why exactly have I not heard from Perry in a while? That would explain it. He chucked him down. He chucked him down the stairs. Ah, we'll take a lap. The disrespect. Oh, I guess I could also double check because I didn't even look to see what the curse was again. No, it's not the mirror. No, he threw Perry away. Hey Marlon, what's up? Welcome in. So many stairs, I know, and I have to go all the way back down and all the way back up. Gotta take the remote up there for the UV. I'm gonna check my sanity, and that's what we're gonna do. I'm getting very close to dangerous levels here. We'll take this, and I'm gonna grab. We're gonna go up in the dark. I'm grabbing the remote control. Or pills, yeah. Took some pills. We should be okay. Living life on the edge. Let's do it. We're taking the remote. Because in the patch notes, they stated that the ghost can leave fingerprints on this. I don't even know if we have a fingerprint ghost, an ultraviolet ghost. We don't know. But it hasn't interacted with anything for me to be able to tell. Unfortunately, Bruce does not have the ability for UV that I know of. Better be. Check the notebook in a while. I mean, the notebook's not going to change. Also, I can know if it's hunting. If you can click the remote control, by the way, it's not hunting. If you can't click it, if you can't click the remote like this, then it is hunting. Fun fact of the day. I've returned with goodies. You jerk. Here, let's retain our sanity while we're up here. Will it interact with that? I touched his clicker. I touched Grandpa's clicker. He's pissed. I might... I want to keep checking that for EMF. Come on, do it. Come on, do it. It interacted with the shark, but I don't know if it'll, with the light on, if it will... It might still interact with the remote control, it just might not throw it. It's your boy. Thank you for the 11 months. What's up, homie? Thank you for the tips. Thank you for the laughs, of course. Appreciate you. Thank you for the sub. Here, I'll do it too. Let's take turns. Your turn. Check the stats out of the game. Yeah, of course. J-Mac, thank you for the 5, dude. Okay, come on. You're walking over there a lot. Here. What if I remove Bruce and I put the controller in that same spot? Jesus. Mary and Joseph. Check temps. Watch, it probably is. He really likes Bruce. I'm seeing Colt. Oh, you bastard. Bruce, I might have to remove you from the room, dude. You're a distraction. Okay, you know what? I need to know. We need to know. We need to know. We need to know. I'm tired of waiting for this guy. I'm tired of waiting. Go! You son of a bitch! It's a banshee. So now we know, confirmed, 100%. Bruce, I love you. I'll see you in a little bit. We know 100%. A Sharknado. What if I do this? Hold on. Come on, do it. I just want to see the fingerprints on the remote control, man. I'm gonna die trying to get this. Did you kick the power, you bag of shit? Get out of here, dude. What the f was that noise? Oh, it's shutting down. Okay, that's terrifying. It's real quiet. See, it's real quiet now. Hello? Hey, I brought you a gift. It's a clicker. Grandpa? Grandpa, I brought you a clicker. Grandpa? 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 Oh, shit. Oh, wait, was that it? Did he do it? Am I crazy or did he just move this? There's no UV on that at all. It definitely looked moved. Right. I swear it moved. I thought it did too. I thought it was here and then it went over there. There's absolutely no ultraviolet on it. None. If I read the patch notes correctly, which I thought I did, I thought it said that it can now leave fingerprints on those. No? No, they did that, Otter. Which I don't know why. Checking the notes now. Okay. Gonna snooze the old ads there. Gonna snooze them. This is very dangerous, by the way. Here, Grandpa. Your clicker. You know what? I'm gonna turn on the dots so I can see some shit. I feel like it's gonna hunt any second too. I really do. There goes my hero. Goo! Hey. Bring him Bruce. No, if I bring him Bruce, it's more for him to interact with. He's vented on me a lot, though, which is really, really dangerous. Oh, hi, Bruce. Damn. We are going to turn on the power. I don't have a smudge on me. Nope, 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 nope. We were living the life on the edge there a little bit. I'm fairly certain it can throw the remote without leaving prints, but can also click it to leave finger... okay, F this guy then. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. So it can throw the remote control and not leave ultraviolet. The only way to know that the controller is ultraviolet or not is if it clicks it. I mean, if that's true, then I can leave the light on because then it won't, I don't need a throw. I just need it to interact with it. Yeah, Mr. Epic, thank you for the 3 months, dude. 2 different interactions, but we don't know the truth. Well, we don't know which one is which, right? Ames, hello. Which, by the way, it didn't hunt me while I was in there, which is really weird. 40%. We have ultraviolet, ghost orbs, and dots. It's a banshee. Didn't even try to hunt. Not once. Yeah. Hey, Spark. Oh, man. What are you doing? Just, you know, hanging with a ghosty. We were trying to get it to interact with the remote control, and it's being a butt. Maybe we get a ghost that's closer to the bottom here. We need to keep it moving. Need to keep moving. Banshee doesn't want trouble. Maybe I do.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Which means the remote is the only new UV that isn't just stationary. I guess. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll get a UV ghost that's actually closer to downstairs. We'll try. Oh shit! I didn't look at my I totally forgot to look at my stats. I'm going to forget and just keep clicking because I want to keep going game. They need to add it. They need to add the ability to go back to your last game stats from here. I should be able to do this, go over here, and still be able to check my last game stats. There's no reason that shouldn't be in the game. Oh, did I get the crucifix objective? Oh, I must have gotten it on the way down. Oh, okay. Well, stopped it from hunting, so that's good. Ay. All right, we're going to run ads real quick, and then we're going to keep going, guys. Going to run ads, and then we'll keep getting some hunts in. So if you're not subbed, if you don't have turbo, don't worry. We're not going anywhere. We're waiting for you. That's dumb. Yeah. That is dumb. My camera's not right on the ad screen, by the way. Let's see. Doodle-doo. Let's see. We'll get rid of me there. Yes. Goodbye. I'm gone. Oh no. Sounding better. Yeah, still a little. Yeah, oh, yeah. For sure. For sure. Damn right. Free 99. All right. Do this. Go there. What's up, Hunter? How are you, friend? Do. No. OBS, relax, chill. There we go. Fixed it. Ads for being able to see the stream? I mean, you followed 8 minutes ago, so I'd find that unlikely. Twitch Turbo? Seriously, dude. Oh, he asked what was pre-roll. Yeah, unfortunately it is. Pre-rolls are just ads that must play for Twitch. Unless you want to have mid-rolls like we're doing now to try and avoid any missing of gameplay. Some games you can, some games that people play, you can do it. Some games you can't. Some games you can pause and do it. Some games you can't. It just happens. I have turbo. Yeah, same. We talk about that all the time. All the time. Turbo to remove ads, sub for support. Always. Are ads the main way that streamers get money? No. It is a very, very small portion, friend. You do not get ad, like the ad money. For it to be substantial, you have to have a lot of people watching you. Yeah. General Gravy, thank you for the raid. Hello, friend. My ads almost over. They are almost over. Good. Yeah. What's up, Eagle? All right, I think we're good to go. I think we're basically back. We back. Hello. How was your stream, friend? Did you figure out the puzzle box thing? If you're talking about the box with the question marks on it, it's not. It's a prop. There's nothing to it. Yeah, it's just a prop. The only Easter egg that is on Point Hope is the locked box at the top. That's the only Easter egg. Hey, Splat. How late is your stream? Just a little. You're a good friend. You're never late. You're right on time for you. That's what matters. No additional puzzles. Exactly. All right. Well, let's keep going, man. I have no idea how many hunts we got to do, but we just need to keep... I shouldn't really worry about perfect games. I mean, we'll investigate like we normally do. I'll just aim to get the ghosty and get out. Is the mini lighthouse a hiding spot? Yes, it is. Yep. As long as it has the tent flap on the front of it and you've closed it and the ghost didn't see you go in. You're guessing 8 more? I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, I'm going to end this for now over on the Talkie Tick side because I don't know why it's restricting. It's being weird, but we're going to end it over there for now. But we're still going though. We're not going. We're still going. All right. Let's keep rocking. I think you need like 27 more. Okay. Whatever. It was confirmed though that it didn't matter for, yeah, it doesn't matter what difficulty. You can do it on friendly ghost if you want to. It doesn't matter at all. Totally up to you. You can speed run it if you want. Dave Battlefield. Okay. Oh, the power's here. Nice. Maybe it won't be. Yeah, but I'm not going to battle with it because that would only be live for like only so much longer. Yeah. What does the music box look for? Many things. Taking out your annoying friends. Yep. You can use it to get an event if you need an event. So someone said about getting moited while they're in here. Hold on. Do 15 time without the breaker. Do what 15 time? Ghost, did I hear you toss something? The puzzle? Yeah, correct. Yeah, I know. I know Mike was going for it. Maybe you didn't. I swore I heard a muffled toss. That was weird. Okay, that was weird. So this tent right here, when you hide in it, obviously electronics off and all that jazz, but you lift, like what I do when I go into this tent, I lift it up and bring it down. Make sure it shuts just like that. I have had zero problems going in and out of this tent. None. Mr. Chinggis, hello, friendo. Zero problems getting in and out of this tent. None. It's been perfectly fine for me. Your friends left it open there? Yeah. That'll get you. That'll bite you. Oh, let's check over here real quick. We've been getting ghosts by the front door a lot. Did I open the door like that? Maybe I did. I just limbo in there. Do a little... Why is my favorite ghost the Mimic? I like the Mimic the most because it's so unpredictable. How low can you go? It's very unpredictable. Had a bunch at the front door, yeah. Oh, holy cold, Batman. So, I don't know if you guys saw, I think I posted the photo in Discord. Our movie night, we've been trying to show the kids more 90s and 2000s movies, because to me, that's when they were good. Especially family movies. And we just showed them Rookie of the Year for the first time. Said they loved it. I'm so happy. Loved that movie when I was a kid. And one of the movies that was up for vote for possibly watching that night was Batman Forever. Or no, Batman and Robin. It was Batman and Robin. It was the really cornball one where with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I love that one. It is so corny. It is so cheesy. Okay, you bag of shit. I'm not going to be able to get back to the freaking thing. Oh, I'll try. Lord, how are you? All right, I'm going to try to just run. Nostalgic. Mr. Freeze, yes. I'm a nostalgic guy. What can I do, man? What can I do? Let's do that. Do that. Let's go. Let's go. Let us go. Which ghosts grown? All of them, technically. You mean bat nipples? Okay. That's unnecessary. That's unnecessary. My brother watched that VHS every single day. Dude, it was so good. It was so good. Oh, you're like, oh, Danny DeVito is the penguin. Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. So good. I love those, man. Danny DeVito, dude, he was great. I'm going as fast as I can. There's no way I'm gonna make this UV in time. Oh, but that doesn't matter though, because you're a sweetheart. Wait. What here makes that noise? Is it this over here? Wait. Or was that downstairs? Oh, you son of a bitch. Was that down there? Was that the goddamn cigar thing? Was that this? That was that sound, yeah? You going across floors, you bastard? Hey, Zemo. The guitar box? No, that didn't sound like the guitar box. That didn't sound like the guitar box. It is cold here, though. Are you stalking me, bruh? Banshees can stalk across a floor. Oh, it might have been. You know what? It might have been. No, because I think that sounds different. All right, let's check for stuff. Hold on. Hold on. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm very suspicious right now. Very suspicious. Waluigi board. Oh, do I have the Waluigi? Ooh. Good eye, sniper. Banshees can stalk across the floor now. Yeah. So the reason, for this map, unnecessary, they can stalk across the floor anywhere. So meaning if the Banshee's here, it can be here. It can go up a floor and down a floor. We also learned, Mr. Chingus, that Banshees, when they are attic ghosts or when they're basement ghosts, can stalk to the main floor. Didn't know that. That was news. How many hours in this game? No clue. No clue. Yep. Insim and I both today were inside of the partner chat like, when was this a thing? Like, oh, it's always been a thing. But when, like, but where does it say that though? That's just, and the reason it doesn't say it anywhere is because it's always been a thing apparently, but I don't remember ever having a Banshee stalk me across floors. So Banshees basically were always like phantoms, kind of. But it is only if the Banshee's room is an attic or a basement, not if it is a main floor. So like Ridgeview, if the Banshee, I'm assuming here, this sounds right to me. If the Banshee is on the first floor or the second floor, second floor, no. But if it's in the basement, it can go to the first floor. Cue the lightning. All the behavioral inconsistency. I know. Dun dun dun. Makes so much more sense. Yeah. It is what it is, man. I mean, look, as long as we know what it's supposed to do. What the hell did I just see? As long as we know what it is supposed to do, that's what matters. You like your gaming chair? Would you recommend it? Honestly, I really do like my gaming chair. I like it a lot. I've had it for, a few years. But if I were to give you a recommendation, I would still suggest taking the money and investing in a comfortable like office chair. If I were to give you a real suggestion. Because there's ones that are way better for your back. Way better. Yeah. Oh, trust me, my goal is to get a chair that's probably better for my back and posture and all that stuff. This has been great though. I've had this chair for a long time. Yep. Still in great condition. I haven't been flipping it or anything like that, so that might hold it up too. Yeah. You have a shitty Office Max chair? Yeah, but if it's comfy. Thank you, Song. Thanks, Kinetic. All right, let's get more stuff. Oh, shit. Our sanity has been a tanketh. We're not getting anything from there. So let's get this. I don't know, man. I'm little suspicious. Little suspicious. You mother. There we go. Save up and buy a Herman. Super comfy. And you look sophisticated. Alright, let's try something. Wonder if can I do this here? Hold on. Damn. I'm trying the different floor trick. Let's find the next floor up. There's got to be a barrier somewhere. I found it. It's like there, but I can't. Damn. Do you hear it? Wait, listen. What if I do this? Used to muffle. Hold on. Maybe it's distance. No, I think it's distance. Because listen. Oh, son of a bitch. I'm so close. Let me reach you. Fuck. Okay, sorry. Trying to mute the spirit box trick. Where are you? Are you near? Are you close? Oh, whoa, easy, easy, easy. What was that sound? What's that? What is that? Is that? Okay, not you, stupid. Was that the pool ball? Oh, maybe it was. Did it sound a little slow to start? Ew, Jesus Christ. It's gonna hunt again. This is awfully dangerous. We probably shouldn't do this. Nope. Time to go. Thought it sounded slow too? I think it did. I think it did. Juice is still on. Good, good. Hey, we made it out. You sounded like a slow twin. Oh, it probably is. Slower than twin slow? I don't think so. Jake, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. What's up, dude? I don't think so. I think this is twin. Let's take some sanitize and get back up there and get our evidence for it. EMF, spirit box, and freezing. So let's go double check those tings. Let's double check those tings. Oh my goodness. Mr. Cozy, how are you? What's up, Mary? Welcome in. Evan, thank you for the follow. How are you? We'll know if it's a twin. Well, I mean, I took sanity. We're not worried about it hunting. We just want to get the right ghosty. Jake, Mary, thank you guys for the follows. How are you? Wait, I have room for one more thing, yeah? Yeah, Justin. How's it going? Legend, welcome in. All things.